this was my biggest issue for so long in my life, was that I could not fathom and be okay with the fact that I wasn't perfect, that my teeth weren't perfect, that my hair wasn't perfect at all points. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leisha Gogan if you're new, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe because it's a good time over here. Don't forget, I have a podcast. It's called the Glow Up Secrets Podcast that will be linked in the description on Apple and Spotify, as well as don't forget to follow me on Instagram because you can see what I'm doing every single day. I am always on my stories talking to you guys. I love your DMs. Thank you so much for all the comments and the DMs and everything, all the love and the support. Thank you so much for being here. But we need to get into it. I have a question for you. When are you going to be enough? When are you going to be enough? I saw a video on YouTube the other day. It was a lash technician. She had posted one of the sets that she did for one of her clients. You're gonna see it on the screen right now. I truly could not believe how many fake eyelashes were in this woman's eyes. And I posted on my story and I said, where do we draw the line? Now, there's also a lot of talk right now with the Kardashians removing BBLs and a lot of women coming out saying that BBLs were really bad and they have to get it redone and they regret it, and all of these physical enhancements and how people are regretting it, or they look truly insane. And this is not a video to tell you that you shouldn't get a BBL or that you can't get your lashes done however you want, or that you can't get enhancements and continue to enhance yourself. This is not going to be the video, but this is going to be a video asking you, when is it that you are going to be enough? When are you going to just love yourself? When are you going to accept that you will never be perfect? When are you going to accept that there's going to be other women who may, in your mind, look prettier than you? When are we going to be okay with that? When are we going to focus on enhancing our own natural beauty, our unique natural beauty, instead of morphing ourselves to look like someone who is surgically enhanced from head to toe? I have been somebody who has struggled with self-image issues all of my life. You might look at me and say, I don't believe you, or maybe you do believe me. I feel like most of us, we can on some level all agree that we have dealt with some body image issues, or the way that we look. We've wanted to change the way that we look on some level. I wear makeup. This hairpiece is a hairpiece. Like, I'm not fully natural as you see me right now. So, I mean, I still play into the beauty standards in a way, but I do it in a very different way than I used to do it before. I used to hate myself. I used to hate how my eyes looked. I used to hate my hair. I used to hate my body. I used to hate my hips. I used to hate so much about me. And I tried to change that. I would go to the gym all the time. I would eat healthy only to change the way that my body looked. I would damage my hair so that my hair could look straight just like everyone else's. I contemplated getting a BBL. I contemplated getting my boobs done. I contemplated getting full veneers. I have contemplated getting a lot of things. And there came to a point in my life, and this really happens, I think, as you get older. I'm 27 now, so I feel like the older you get, the less you care. But I started to realize that why I was trying to change myself so much was just because I wanted attention, just because I wanted love, I wanted male validation, I wanted female validation, I wanted to feel like I was a part of something. I also really struggled with knowing that there was other pretty women, like there was girls who were prettier than me. I struggled with knowing that some people might not like me for how I look and how I appear. I really struggled with these things. And no matter how much I tried to change myself or tell myself that I was going to get this enhancement or go along with something, I realized that I still had this underlying feeling of self-hate, of not accepting, not being okay with the fact that I wasn't perfect. This was my biggest issue for so long in my life, was that I could not fathom and be okay with the fact that I wasn't perfect, that my teeth weren't perfect, that my hair wasn't perfect at all points, that my ass doesn't look like a Kim Kardashian ass, that all of these things, like I just didn't fit into every single standard. I couldn't be okay with it. I wasn't okay with it. And Obviously, there's reasons why I wasn't okay with that. I wasn't okay with that because to me, that meant, well, I wasn't gonna get attention from these certain guys, or I wasn't gonna feel like I fit in with these girls, or I wasn't able to wear these jeans because they didn't look good on me and I wasn't gonna feel a part of the crew. There was a lot of reasons, and they're very valid reasons. But in my mind, what I started to realize was, even though these are valid reasons, me changing myself to fit into all of these standards still didn't make me feel whole. Still made me feel like there was always something that I needed to change. There was something that I needed to change from a place of self-hate, a place of rejection, a place of not knowing how to accept the fact that today I don't look my best. Today my body doesn't look the best. But on the other hand, I was like, okay, well, I still want to look presentable. There's still things that I want to enhance about myself. I still want to feel like I'm a part of things. What do I do? How do I feel like I'm enough? How do I balance wanting to change and evolve and enhance myself, but also being okay with the fact that I'm not perfect? How do I be okay with knowing that I'm not the prettiest girl in the room and that I might never be the prettiest girl in the room? How do I still choose myself? How do I be okay with myself, knowing that there's still so many evolutions of myself to come? And there was a few things that I really had to go through and learn and adopt in order to be able to change and enhance and beautify myself, not from a place of self-rejection and self-hate, and instead from a place of conscious choosing to enhance myself for a specific reason while still not rejecting and hating myself. One thing I had to start to be honest with myself and be okay with was the fact that there's gonna be prettier people than me. There just is. So there is no point on me trying to enhance myself and trying to be the prettiest person, because first of all, beauty is just, it's subjective. There's gonna be people who think you are the most beautiful person in the room, and then there's gonna be some people who think the other girl is too. Doesn't matter. Like, truly, it doesn't matter. You need to realize that you don't need to be the prettiest person in the room. If you are, amazing. If you're not a big deal. Another thing that I really had to learn was to enhance my own natural beauty. Now this one, it can be hard for sure, and again, I'm not gonna like put rules and tell you what is okay for you to enhance and what not. Like, we get inspired as women from all different types of beings and people and trends and all of these things. But what I try and do when I say enhancing my own natural beauty, a lot of this has to do with my health. When we're talking about being natural, we're really talking about being healthy as well. So when you think about natural beauty, what do you think about? You think of something that hasn't been tampered with, that hasn't been manipulated like crazy, that has grown out naturally, that grows and flourishes. Beautiful glowing skin, beautiful nourished hair, a body that is just in its natural state. And usually when you're in your natural state, that is like when you're eating the healthiest and when you're taking care of yourself. It's not really manipulating and changing yourself like crazy. Now, do I want to go to the gym and make my butt look a little bit nicer than it already is? Absolutely. Am I wearing a hairpiece right now? Absolutely. Do I want to get Invisalign to close the gap in my teeth? Yes, I do. And that is okay, and I feel like there's a level of enhancing yourself while still loving your natural self, because this is the thing. I used to wear hair pieces in my hair when I absolutely hated my natural hair. Now I wear hair pieces to put out a certain vibe, to match a certain aesthetic, but at the same time, I'm taking care of my natural hair, and I love my natural hair, and I will wear it out on certain days. Same thing goes with my teeth. My teeth, I would like to fix my teeth a little bit. I don't really want to get veneers. I doubt that will change, but still, I'm just saying. There are things that I want to enhance about my teeth to make them look a little bit more put together and whatever. But I don't look in the mirror and hate on my teeth and say you're so ugly, and until you get your teeth fixed, only then will you be acceptable, and only then will I accept myself. I'm gonna accept myself right now. I'm gonna go into a relationship knowing that this is how I look and this person is going to accept me right now. I am going to put myself on camera knowing that you guys will accept me how my teeth are right now. And I find when I have this type of mindset, I actually don't rush into getting certain enhancements as quickly as well, because when I used to think back to when I wanted like a BBL or to get fake tits or to just like really drastically change myself, it was like a desperate energy. It was like I need to do it now so that I can be acceptable like right now to people, because if I don't have these enhancements, then I can't be acceptable right now. I can't get into a relationship right now. I can't have the friends that I want. I can't have the following that I want. I can't have all these things right now. I would tell myself that. And then I would not live my life because of that. I wouldn't get into relationships because of that. I would literally think that I'm less than other people because I wasn't in my head the way that I told myself that I needed to be. And like, what on earth, what type of relationship is that to have with yourself? And honestly, what really helped me was to love myself through everything. Love myself through the times that I looked at myself and I thought my body needs some work. Loved myself through the times where I realized I damaged my hair and I needed to go on a natural hair journey. Loved myself through the times where I had a gap in my teeth, and I still actually do. It's a lot smaller now, but it's still there, and I still love myself through it. Loving yourself is going to be a difficult journey. Not every single day you're gonna wake up and be like, okay, I love myself, I accept myself, don't want to change, It's not about that. Loving yourself and accepting yourself, it's like a journey. It's a flow. It's not linear. But I think when you are trying to change yourself, when you are trying to enhance yourself, it's important to ask yourself the question of, when will I ever be enough? At some point, you have to decide that the outfit that you're wearing is good enough, that how your hair is today is good enough, how your teeth are good enough, how your body is looking today is good enough. You have to remind yourself that you don't have to be perfect to get into a relationship or show up the way that you really want to show up. And I think it's also important that you have fun when you are trying to enhance yourself, and that when you enhance yourself, it's aligned. And this goes back to what I was talking about with the girl who had the crazy lashes. If that girl feels her absolute best getting those lashes, amazing, like all the power to her. And if reversing a BBL makes Kim Kardashian or whatever the Kardashians, whatever they're doing, if they're even doing it, feel better, then amazing. But the reason why I bring up those examples is because they are very extreme, and we tend to get influenced by people who are doing these extreme things. And we look at them and we say, oh, well, that's gonna get us attention, or that's gonna get us this, that, and the third. But then you also see the reversal of these things, and it's like, okay, well, that wasn't the answer, so what is? And the girl with the eyelashes, it's like, it comes to a point where that has to be quite dangerous for your eyeballs. And so it's just important for you to look at the messages that you are sending yourself. And from personal experience, deciding that I am enough feels so amazing. When I am trying to do my hair and it's not looking the most perfect, instead of dwelling and becoming really obsessed and telling myself, see, now I'm not gonna be looking exactly picture perfect the way that I wanted to in this photo because my hair is not gonna look perfect. Instead of being in that state of energy, I just release it and say, you know what? I'm good enough today. And what happens, I move on with my life and I have a good time and I enjoy myself and I don't stay in my head and feel super insecure. Like, there is more things to worry about in life than you having to look absolutely perfect. This topic, it's hard. It's hard to talk about, it's hard to give advice on, it's hard to give opinions on, because everyone has different opinions, and we want to live in reality and we want to look good and feel good, and we do get validation from outside sources. So for me to say to you, or for you to even say to yourself that you should just not enhance yourself and not care about beauty, it's quite skewed, because we want validation and we want acknowledgement. But I think it's important to be very aware, like self-aware, and realize the dialogue and the things that you're telling yourself on a day-to-day basis. If you're constantly telling yourself that you are not enough, then maybe it's time to learn how to tell yourself that you are enough. And you can do that simply by realizing that You're never gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Beauty standards change all the time. Trends change all the time. People get reversals, people regret, people change, people grow. Everything constantly is evolving and constantly changing. Social media is also gonna infiltrate your mind heavily. So do what you can to support yourself and to love yourself through everything. Try to be there for yourself as much as you can. If you guys want me to talk about anything further in the comments, let me know. I know body image and beauty standards and everything like that, it can be really hard to navigate, but as I get older, I start to realize that I don't need to be perfect. I literally don't. And there has to be a point in time where I just say, this is good enough. This is good enough. I am good enough. And you are good enough as well. I love you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my platforms. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.